Hello there, my name is Rachel. Welcome to Kabbalah Animation, and today we're going to talk about a new, semi-new, kind of Peter Wolf animated movie from HBO Max, or Max depends where you live of your own country. But this is sort of new, but not really. This came out back in 2022, but finally here in the West we finally got this sort of mini movie called Peter the Wolf. If you never heard of Peter the Wolf, it's sort of a well-known fairy tale or musical. You kind of follow a kid called Peter sort of hunting down a wolf. And that basically kind of sums up the whole story. But it's sort of kind of like a grim story that usually depends which version you see. Peter hunts the wolf for glory or for money, or he's just sort of scared. And suddenly he animal friends who help him kind of get disappeared because they eat by the wolf. That's usually the whole story. In fact, I think the most recognizable one, the most remembered one, is basically the Disney version sort of short that you can find on YouTube if you want to compare and contrast. That's the one I probably the most remember of Peter the Wolf because it was done so well. In fact, that short supposed to be, I think I remember right, a movie, but the last minute decided to make it a short. This is sort of probably the most closest Peter the Wolf movie they actually could make. And this version of Max is very good. It's one of those things that can you make this long because it's not like a long fairy tale or anything that deep. The story basically is just be careful what you hunt down because you don't know what you're hunting down, or just listen to the warnings. And that's basically the kind of moral of the story of Peter the Wolf. But this one tries something different. They sort of marginalize it because every time they do Peter the Wolf, it's sort of back in the day, back in the forest with no phones, no cars. This one decided, why not make it modern, but make Peter more interesting, but keep it how the original story kind of tells the story. Because the original is just narration, what maybe Peter is thinking his only friends, and you just see what he does to hunt this wolf. This one sort of adds more depth to the character that's sort of kind of surprising because Peter is now a teenager, or at least a preteen that he has sort of kind of metal phase, but for a reason because this is probably the first one I think actually have a very deep sort of story while telling you because it relies on visual sort of storytelling because he sees a photo of his own mother when he's young, and the last photo she sees she has basically cancer and she passed away. That's why this version of Peter is sort of kind of moody, sort of frustrated. He doesn't know what to do, what to feel. Especially he go outside of the forest. That his grandfather does not like him to go in the forest because there's the wolf there, and he actually hunts other creatures to eat. And this is the reason why this movie or mini movie makes sort of interesting sort of storytelling choices. Is that Peter wants to hate something. He needs to blame or do something to get his frustration. And that was sort of the wolf. And when you see the wolf, the abstract of this character grabs your attention. In fact, not just the character wolf. In fact, almost the whole animation is just sort of very uniquely grab your eyes nowadays because they use sort of realistic sort of things like a chair, trees, house, but use 2D animation and CGI to move the characters. You feel you're watching like a small model with two animation chairs going back and forth, but that sort of uniqueness, the top of all that's all black and white, grab your attention of the whole mini film because it just really do feel sort of a very expressive kind of short or mini movie because this is like a half an hour and doesn't feel like a half hour because it does grab your attention to beginning to end because you want to know what they're trying to do or say, or at least the art itself is just grabbing, especially how they tell the same story but a more interesting way because at the very end the Axtar wolf, he was there to hunt down Peter. At least that's what he seems thinking because he killed one of his friends and now he has to stop it because he lost another person close to him. But actually, the wolf is just a wolf. He's just hungry. In fact, even more, he realized he actually captured the wolf. That abstract wolf becomes like a real 2D wolf, breaking sort of the facade of hunting this creature for no apparent reason, just for being hungry. Even that, you find out he has puppies. So Peter's sort of confused. He really doesn't know what to do of that moment till the hunters come then to kill the wolf, because wolves are very kind of dangerous and also take a lot of livestock. So it makes sense the hunter will not stop hunting this wolf. And now Peter sort of regrets it because he became sort of the thing he hated. In other words, like he wants to blame something. The only person who should be blaming himself because he couldn't basically control himself. And that's sort of interesting because that's sort of what I interpreted. Because the whole mini movie doesn't tell you anything. It's just sort of narrating, telling you the sort of the motions, or something not narrating to read the way you think the motion should be in the moment. It does so very unique, very refreshing. You also like that new take on Peter. That sort of he's still a teen, working his emotions, but he not yet get the world because he's still dealing with his own mother passing away. And with that, he doesn't have a good relation with his grandfather, but even his grandfather tries to maybe communicate with him. They don't go as deep in the need because it's still half an hour, but that half an hour, woo, it blows you away because it's the animation, how everything moves, how every art decision he makes just grabs you. They also kind of kill a character off, kind of, because it's still a PG. They still show, oh, no worry, this character's still alive. But it's sort of a fairy tale lesson because fairy tale lessons are very grim, but at the very end they have a point. And this readapting a period of wolf try to make a sort of a unique point that sometimes it's not what you seems how the world actually works or how you feel. You always need to reassess the situation both sides. At least that's what I choose to interpret this short that I recommended. If you want to see it on a Max or HBO Max, depending on what country you live, it's totally worth it. Yes, this movie is sort of a year late because it was sort of more a European type of mini movie, and we finally got here. So if you like that sort of Peter Wolf storytelling, this is for you. In fact, I recommend it to anyone who just likes Peter Wolf or just fairy tales, just to watch it because it's that good. But all of that, the only complaint I have is it's just too short. I kind of wish this was a lengthy movie, a long, at least hour-long movie, because you could tell you could stretch it even more because how creative and well thought out this really is. Other than that, I really can't say much. Just one question: do you see this mini movie on Max? Do you hate it? Do you love it? You think it's a better version of Peter the Wolf? Tell me down below. Let me know. Honestly, I got nothing else to say. Just thank you for watching. Don't forget to subscribe and have a wonderful day. Bye.